I'm going to try to give you guys some tips on how to make the best out of your experience with Master Duel. Don't be like the 33.4% of you guys have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can get to 100k. I'm not gonna have any like cool visuals up here or anything. I just wanted to kind of talk about Master Duel, some of the things that I did. Now, for those of you that are just kind of logging into Master Duel, or for those of you that have kind of stepped into the game over the first day or so, you've probably seen it's pretty overwhelming. All right, it's pretty much Duel Links in terms of the structure. You have a gem process farm that they want you to spend money. All right, the game is, I want to be very upfront with this. This game is very easy to be a free to play system. And that is not a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. You can spend money. Me and a friend of mine, we each spent about $100 on the game. I've seen people out here spending $1,000 on the game. I spent $100 after probably a good hour of grinding. I had a semi-competent Sky Striker deck. I had some pretty decent pulls. There are some pretty busted bundles that you can get that you are guaranteed an Ash Blossom, a Solemn Judgment, and a Lightning Storm. All right, now those are probably going to be one of the first things that you want to pick up, because even though they're one per account, all right, the fact that you get such free value kind of wrapped up to you, it's actually insane. Also, to be fair, in addition, if you choose to spend money, they have like 3 amazing bundles straight off the bat. They're like 3,500 gems for like $29 or something like that, and you don't even need to worry about the cosmetics. I just want to say that there. Also, the fact that there are so many gems that you just get for playing the storyline. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you guys love to hear it when there's a storyline available that is actually rewarding for you to play. That's what actually makes the experience all that better for the player base. When they can actually grind and play a story mode and get rewarded for it, it's good. I mean, they hand you reinforcement of the army straight out of the story. How nuts is that? All right, the fact that I didn't even have to craft a rota to build Sky Strikers. Now, when you kind of get into the game here, one of the first things that I recommend to you is, if you have an idea of what you want to build, say Numeron, Sky Striker, Salamangreat, you need to go into the card pool and you need to take an immediate look at how many ultra rares there are per deck you want to build. All right, once you have an idea, because remember, this game focuses. The enchantment system is actually pretty good. I was actually worried that the enchanting system in this game is going to be literal, but that actually doesn't appear to be the case. You can disenchant every ultra rare for 10 points. Unless it's like they made like higher rarity cards that you can pull. I know that that's a strange concept, because some of them can disenchant for 15, and you're like, oh, well, that's just straight weird. So that's one thing that I want to say is, basically 3 ultra rares get you one other ultra rare in terms of disenchanting. There's a lot of worthless ultra rares, by the way. All right, you're gonna pull some of the worst things. I pulled like some really dumb stuff, some of these packs. Now, I also want to say here that the Duel Pass, which some of you guys are probably familiar with the in-game conversion, how most modern marketing goes for some of these games, there's always a game pass. There's always like some fast line to success based off of X amount of days that comes with like a special reward. Well, the game pass for this game is available for you to buy with gems. All right, and if you're in a good position and you're somebody out here that's like, that's not bad, all right, think about it. If you can get rewarded and get those gems back later on and get a much better rewarding system for it, they do pretty good at resupplying you back with those gems. The Battle Pass was the first thing I ended up buying, and then I actually went for the Ash Blossom set. So my experience, it was Battle Pass and then Ash Blossom. But remember, I did put $100 into the game, which wasn't bad. Another friend of mine here, Eldius, put in about 200, walked away with about 2 full deck cores. All right, that's not bad. All right, you have to understand that there are the players out here that do want to play this, and then there is the free-to-play player base. The good news that I'm hearing here is at $100, you're doing pretty good. All right, at $200, you're doing pretty freaking good. I also have another friend out here who's got full Eldritch, who only spent $30, and I'm pretty impressed by that, actually. That's an amazing turnaround point for that value, all right? So even $30 with some very good luck can build you. Or if you're like my other friend that spent $100, as of, I think, his $100 spending experience today, he didn't have 2 engages. He had everything else for Striker minus the 2 engages. He just had such bad luck in terms of like crafting things, and we were all laughing at him. It was absolutely hilarious to see that awful turnover for them. But I mean, that's what you're going to have in a gacha style game, all right? If you've all played FGO, for example, Fate Grand Order out here, you know how bad some of these money sinkholes can be. Even like in Duel Links, you always will have that variance where you can pull bad. All right. Well, that being said, focus on your base rarity stuff. You know, you can get away with playing some archetypes out here that can get you by without some things. I mean, there's also monarchs available to you. The storyline gives you an actual basis that you can get your foot in the door with. Once you kind of get to grinding, you'll start to kind of climb that ladder. The rewards for climbing up for the dual pass are pretty good. The fact that they just hand you so many packs over time is nuts. Now, one other thing I do want to mention here, there are secret packs in the game. And the way that those secret packs work is they typically will work by you enchanting something. Enchanting or pulling something. For example, you know, if you want the Sky Striker pack, once you get something Striker related, and then you can focus on that pack. The problem with the secret packs is they only last for 24 hours. Now, this is excellent if you're somebody out here that actually wants to spend money on the game. All right, that's fine. All right, those packs being up for 24 hours gives you an incentive, kind of gives you a thing to kind of take a look at. I had so many packs open after my first initial run in the game, I was kind of overwhelmed. All right, but you can kind of tell, like, you don't really want an appliancer pack. At least I don't, all right? I could give 2 craps about, like, Machu Meku and stuff like that. My initial thing was, I want Sky Striker. There was a Phantom Knight pack as well that I was also told about. I have not seen hide nor tail of it, but my friend told me that they actually ran into a Phantom Knight pack. Evidently, Torn Scales is a rare in the game, too, which is also pretty insane to me, all things considered. See what I mean? Like, there's these little entry points here. Another friend of mine has built Zoo completely in the game with just missing, I think, 3 Tenkies at this point, completely free to play. All right. I've also seen a lot of stories today on 4 to 5 hours of play for day 1. All right. Competent players had a lot of good stuff going into the game. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, yes, this game, with a little bit of grinding, it's a lot better than we were afraid of. All right, remember, this could have been a whole lot worse of an experience. I think the player base, I'm not going to lie to you, I definitely was worried. But for the most part, I think Konami brought it back around here and said, don't worry, guys. You know, we're still playing on, what, an April 2021 ban list? All things aside here for the tips and tricks here. We don't know how the turnover is going to go for future formats here. We don't have burst in the game yet. You know, we don't have the split ban list yet either. So there's a lot of things going forward here that players are just getting their foot in the door right now and building. But when that list shifts, what's going to happen to all the decks that we've built here? What's going to happen to that longevity that the player base has already established? I don't know. we'll kind of have to wait and see, but that's just what we're kind of dealing with as of this particular point in time. So guys, what do you think? How's been your Master Duel experience so far? Please leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think. Make sure you guys smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. I don't know how much more Master Duel content we've made or we're going to make personally. I prefer to focus on pretty much the hard physical game and so forth. But you know what? This has been an interesting ride so far, and I've definitely enjoyed what we've done. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on. They have some more cool ass content. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.